Hello and welcome. My name's Emily, and today I have for you a yoga flow for the root chakra, our Muladhara Chakra. And we can find this chakra at the very base of our perineum, our pelvic floor. And this chakra is responsible for our connection to the wider world and our fundamental needs such as food, water, and housing, and all those basic fundamental needs that a human being needs to survive. And when one of these things in our outer world or our fundamental ways of being becomes disrupted, we can often find that reflected in emotional or physical symptoms in the body. We can come a bit overreactive with some situations and maybe even suffer with some digestive issues when our Muladhara chakra becomes unbalanced. So today we are going to go through a nice little short yoga sequence to just bring some balance into our root chakra and kind of ground us down a little bit and hopefully have a nice time together today. So we will begin standing, and we can start engaging or connecting to our Muladhara chakra through the feet, as this is our very main connection to the ground beneath us. And we'll begin in a mountain pose to begin this grounding process of our root chakra, Muladhara chakra. And we'll come into our mountain pose so we can have some space between the feet. The kneecaps pull up to engage the quads. We can pull the belly in and tuck the tailbone down slightly and roll the shoulders down the back. Slight tuck in the chin, so the back of the neck is long. And the eyes are soft, face is soft. We can maybe even close the eyes here if that feels nice for you to help connect into this asana a little deeper. And we'll just begin with some nice, slow, deep belly breaths. And to begin awakening our root chakra, we can ground down through the toes, through the feet. Really feel each toe touching the ground, feeling all corners of the feet in contact with the ground, and which parts of the soles of the feet aren't in contact with the ground. Just grounding down through the feet. And if it feels nice, we can imagine a nice warm red glow in our pelvic area as we associate the color red with our root chakra, our Muladhara chakra. And just breathing into this mountain pose. We can imagine drawing up energy through the feet as we inhale, circling around the body. And as we exhale, we can leave all that energy we've just drawn in through the feet out the feet. So we have this nice constant flow of energy coming in through the feet and exiting through the feet with our breath. Just one more breath here. And then we can just gently blink the eyes open if we haven't already got the eyes open. And keeping the feet about hip width apart here, as we inhale, bend the knees and sink back into your chair pose. We can bring the arms up in line with the ears. We have a nice bend in those knees. And again, we're tucking that tailbone down. We're not scooping the butt out. Tuck that tailbone down, pull the belly in. And again, we can keep visualizing our red glow in our pelvic area. And we're still grounding down through the feet here. Keep pressing the toes into the mat. Slow, deep belly breaths. One more breath. Exhale, we can just gently come back up to stand. Beautiful. On your inhale, lifting up the left foot and stepping it back one leg distance, coming into a nice wide leg stance. We have the top foot pointing to the short side of the mat, the back foot in line with the short side of the mat as well. As we exhale, bend into the front knee, bring the arms in line with the shoulders coming into our warrior two. Another nice opener for the hips here. And another great pose to ground down through the feet. So again, we're squeezing those toes into the mats, being aware of your connection to the ground through the feet. We're lifting up through the pelvic floor here. We're lifting the perineum up. Strong legs. Belly pulls in and the shoulders gently relax down the back. And we can gaze at the middle finger on our right hand here. We can keep visualizing our red glow in the pelvic area. Maybe having the eyes closed if that feels nice. Again, this is your practice. Tune into you, tune into your body, your root chakra. One more breath. Exhale, we can release the hands, lengthen through the front leg. Turn those toes in to the long side of the mat, and we'll turn the back toes to the short side of the mat, coming onto our left leg. So our left leg is now forwards. Exhaling, bending into that front knee, bring the arms in line with the shoulders, coming into our warrior two on the left side. Ooh, and some nice deep breaths again, remembering our connection through the feet to the ground. We're lifting up through the perineum. Gazing at the middle finger on your left hand. One more breath. Exhaling, we can lengthen through the front leg. Bring your hands to the hips and we'll just walk the feet in until they are just about slightly wider than hip width apart here. And we'll find our way into our Muladhara, our yogi squat or garland pose. And with the heels pointing inwards, toes pointing out, we can bring the hands together in prayer and we'll move very slowly here. We'll take our time coming into this asana. So as we exhale, bend into the knees and sink the hips down to the mat. Maybe we come about here, that's fine. Maybe we can continue grounding down, bringing that tailbone all the way down towards the mat. The backs of the arms come to the inside of the knees and we can just gently press those knees out to open up those hips. Beautiful, great. And here we are tucking that tailbone down, again, drawing our root chakra down towards the mat. And again, we can imagine our nice red glow in our pelvic area here. And we can maybe even send the breath into our pelvis. So if it feels nice, we can close the eyes to help our visualization. And as we inhale, imagine the breath swirling all around the pelvis and exhaling away, just to release any stagnant energy or some emotions that we may be storing and holding on to. Just taking a moment here to release that. Keeping our connection with the ground through our feet. Keep squeezing those toes into the mats. Remember, if we have any blocks, we can always place a block underneath the sit bones here just to support the hips a little bit more. Nice deep breaths. One more breath. Exhaling, we can maybe just bring the hands behind and just help yourself gently come down to sit. We can then just bring the legs in front and we'll find our way to sit up on the heels. So we're on the shins. And maybe this is as far as we go today. If we can take it a little bit further, we're going to try bring our root chakra down to the mat. So little by little, we can just bring the feet out to the sides of the hips and just gently shimmying the hips down in between the space between the feet so that we root down through our root chakra. So we have the calves just slightly coming to the outsides of the legs. So I'll just turn around so that you guys can see me a little bit better. So the feet slightly come out to the sides. This can bring a lot of pressure into the knees here, and we don't want to feel any pain. So if that's the case, we can just tuck the feet back underneath the sit bones again and just come to sit in our hero pose like so. So whether we're sat up on the shins, or maybe we can bring the feet out to the edges of the hips here, and we'll just rest the hands together on the lap, or maybe together on the thighs, however you like here. And we can close the eyes for a moment. We can imagine our red glow in our pelvic area. And this time we're really rooting down through our base, our pelvis, feeling your pelvis connected to the floor. And again, we can imagine drawing up energy from the ground beneath us directly through our root chakra. And as we exhale, we can send that energy back into the earth. We can just do that a couple times with the breath. Drawing in energy, imagining this nice rooting, grounding feeling. And exhaling, releasing, creating space within the body, creating more space within the hips. Nice deep breaths. One more breath. We can then just gently blink the eyes back open, and we can then just bring ourselves to sit on the sit bones. So just finding your way to sit with the legs in front. And if we're sat here and we feel like we're collapsing back and we're rounding in the spine, we can grab hold of a block here just to sit on top of, to elevate those hips, just to take the pressure off the hip flexors, those hip creases there. So that's just optional if we need. And we'll find our way into our Dandasana, our staff pose. So really engaging those legs there. Here, we're pressing the heels away from you. So we're flexing those toes up. And we're sitting nice and tall through the spine. We can bring the palms to the edges of the hips again. And just pressing the palms into the mat, grounding down through the palms. Again, grounding down through the sit bone. Feeling that connection this time with the perineum, or the base of the pelvis, connected to the floor beneath you. And just sitting here, sitting nice and tall through the spine. We can imagine our nice red glow in our pelvic area. We can play around with drawing in energy from the ground beneath us again. You can close the eyes to help you with this. Or maybe just chilling here today. And just breathing. Breathing into the belly. One more breath. Exhaling. We can just gently release. We can maybe just shake out those legs a little bit, wobble them out. And there we have it, our nice little yoga sequence for the root chakra. Hopefully we're feeling a bit more grounded, a bit more calm, and just feeling a bit more safe and secure within ourselves here. If you enjoyed this video today, please like the video, maybe save for later to come back whenever you need grounding. Maybe leave me a little comment in the comments below, and please subscribe to my channel for more free yoga content. Thanks again for joining me today. I hope to see you next time. Namaste.